Mr. Evolution 777.
Imagine that you're a God that can do anything. Imagine that you're a God who has existed from the get-go, with no beginning or end. You have no reason to have fear of anything, because nothing can hurt you, nothing can kill you, unless you say so, unless you make it be the case. If you're a God who has no fear and you're a God that has no concerns, then you're also a God who never has to worry about being disabled. You never have to worry about being blinded or be deaf. You never have to worry about anyone that you love or care about dying or suffering, because if you did not want them to suffer, if you did not want them to die, if you did not want people to hurt, you could make the world any way you like it. That's one of the prospects of being a God. Gods don't have to wake up in the morning, take a goddamn cold shower, go to a dead-end job where they work all fucking day, getting greasy, getting nasty, working in some kind of factory where they gotta suck in chemicals all day. God isn't a God that has to worry about that whenever he gets home, will he have enough money to be able to pay his fucking bills or be able to take care of his family. When you're a God, none of these things are issues to you. When you're a God, you don't go to high school. You don't have to sit in several classes listening to teachers who don't want to be there. You don't have to sit there and do all these different things to make your mom and dad proud, as well as the people around you and your family. You don't have to sit there and do things in order to fit in and deal with peer pressure, because when you're a God, you already have everything. If you're a God who wants to be popular, you can be popular. If you're a God who wants to have it all and be the varsity cheerleader, you could do that. If you want to be the quarterback of the high school football team, being a God, you can will it to be the case. Let's talk about some true suffering, some true pain. How many women out there have had babies of your own? How many fathers out there have watched your wives or your girlfriends bring children into this world? Do you remember the day whenever she was sitting there screaming and yelling and fucking pulling at your hair, almost ripping your goddamn nuts off because she feels like she's trying to pass a watermelon? Well, if she were a God or you were a God, you could make it to where there's no pain at all. If you're a God, you could make it to where you just simply pull the rib out of your wife and turn it into a fucking child, or just blow into some dirt, and never have to worry or have any kind of concerns about mothers dying while giving birth, or a mother bleeding to death, or a baby getting wrapped up in an umbilical cord. You don't have to worry about these things because you're God. As a God, you'll never have to worry when you're driving down the highway if some drunk driver is going to swerve over into your lane and put you in a fucking wheelchair for the rest of your life, or maybe even a vegetable state. You'll never have to worry about being in a coma or having it to where families are crying over you, wondering if they should pull the plug or let you sit there in your own shit for the next couple years. As a God, that's not a concern of yours. As a God, you'll never have to be in the position of a woman who lives in Afghanistan. You'll never have to be that woman who tried the best you could to live out your life and be happy, but your husband decides to accuse you of adultery, and then you're let out, a hole is dug for you, you're put in it, while a bunch of assholes throw fucking rocks at your head until you're dead. As a God, that's not something you're going to have to ever worry about, my friends. As a God, you're never going to be the little baby that sits in the desert awaiting some kind of food, your stomach all pumped out and blew up because you need something to eat. But even your own family members are dying around you because they can't feed themselves. They can't take care of themselves. As a God, you're not going to be that little baby sitting on the ground while vultures are circling it. That's one of the prospects of being a God. As a God, you're never going to have to watch your grandmother die from cancer. You're never going to have to sit there and watch your father beat your mom. You're never going to have to sit there in a dark-ass corner wondering if you should commit suicide because life sucks so fucking bad. These are not some of the things that you're going to have to concern yourself with, ladies and gentlemen, if you were truly a God. It sickens me so when people sit there and say, well, Jesus knew suffering. He knew pain. He went through the most horrible death of all times, and then 3 days later he resurrected. God doesn't have shit on the little babies that sit in the children's hospital as we speak, that are suffering and withering away. Jesus doesn't have shit on the people who are on the cancer ward right now, who are withering and rotting away. God will never have to stand over a gravestone, staring down at the ground, wondering what it would have been like had they not done this or done this. As a God, you never have to worry. You never have to concern yourself. A graveyard doesn't even exist for you. So I'm sick and tired of hearing about how Jesus went through this and Jesus went through that. Until Jesus could actually know what it is to have a broken heart, to actually live through this bullshit, while a God sits up and ignores him as he pleads and cries. Unless this God knows that, it's not a God worth worshiping at all.
Feel free to post videos to us, whether they're on topic or not. Share your content by attaching it as a video response. Brett and I will be happy to watch, rate, and share your videos. Please don't forget to rate, sub, and favorite our videos as well. This is a community, so let's help each other. Mr. Evolution 777 can be found on MySpace and Facebook. If you enjoyed Brett's church phone calls, lots can be found at Blip TV. All links can be found in the video descriptions for your convenience. Have a great day.